Have you ever found yourself dreaming of retiring somewhere else? Maybe a sunny beach in Portugal or a quiet village in Italy? It's an amazing goal for sure. But here's the big question. Can you take your hard-earned U.S. retirement benefits with you? Well, in this explainer, we're going to break that down.
So let's start with the why. What is it about packing up everything and moving overseas for retirement that is so appealing? It's really about more than just a change of scenery. For a lot of people, it really just comes down to the numbers. A lower cost of living can make those retired dollars stretch a whole lot further. For others, it's all about chasing that perfect weather, maybe reconnecting with family roots, or just hitting the reset button on life. It's a really powerful dream. But hang on, before you start looking at plane tickets, we have to talk about the practical stuff. The huge looming question: can your Social Security and Medicare actually follow you on this journey? The answers might not be what you expect. Okay, first things first, let's talk about the money. We're talking about your Social Security benefits, which for millions of Americans is the absolute financial backbone of retirement. And right off the bat, I've got some great news for you. For U.S. citizens, the Social Security Administration says, for the most part, yes, you can absolutely receive your retirement benefits while living in most other countries. That is a massive green light for your plans. Now, I did say mostly. There's some important fine print here. The U.S. Treasury actually prohibits payments to people living in certain countries, like Cuba and North Korea. So your very first step should always be to use the SSA's online screening tool to double-check your destination. And if you're thinking about splitting your time between countries, just know your eligibility is based on where you spend the majority of the year. So the money can probably come with you. That's fantastic news. But here comes the biggest hurdle. And honestly, it is a major one for any American thinking about making this move: healthcare. And this slide really says it all, doesn't it? While your Social Security checks can travel the world, your Medicare coverage almost never leaves the United States. This is the fundamental challenge that you are going to have to solve. Now, are there exceptions? Technically, yes, but they are incredibly rare and very specific. We're talking about things like being in the U.S., near the border when a foreign hospital is closer during an emergency. Just look at how specific these are. The clear takeaway here is that you simply cannot plan on Medicare being your health safety net while you're living abroad. The official guidance on this is crystal clear. For short trips, get travel insurance. But if you're planning to live somewhere else, you are on your own to find healthcare coverage in that country. This might mean enrolling in their national health system if you're eligible, or buying private insurance. Either way, this is going to be a huge part of your budget and your research. So you might be thinking, well, if I can't use it, maybe I should just drop my Medicare Part B coverage to save some money. But you have to be so careful with that idea. If you ever move back to the U.S. and need to get back on the plan, you could be hit with a late enrollment penalty. And that penalty is permanent. It gets added to your monthly premium for the rest of your life. This decision can have some really serious long-term financial consequences. It is absolutely critical that you speak with a qualified financial advisor to understand exactly what you'd be getting into before you make any changes to your Medicare. Okay, so let's say you've got the healthcare puzzle figured out. How do you actually get your Social Security payments in your new home country? Well, you've got two main options. The SSA offers something called International Direct Deposit to dozens of countries. It's super convenient because the money lands right in your foreign bank account. Just remember, your payment will be converted to the local currency, so exchange rates are going to matter. The other option is simple. Just have the benefits deposited into your U.S. bank account, and then you transfer the funds yourself. All right, one last but very crucial piece of housekeeping. Once you're all settled in and those payments are flowing, you need to make sure you stay compliant with the Social Security Administration so they keep coming. Every so often, the SSA is going to send you a form. It's called the Foreign Enforcement Questionnaire, and its purpose is really simple. It's just to confirm that you're still eligible, you're still at your stated address, and that you're, well, still living. Now, this isn't just some junk mail to ignore. So what do you think happens if you just forget about this form and don't send it back? The consequence is pretty severe. Your benefits can be suspended. All of your careful planning could be put on hold because of one simple piece of mail. So it is vital that you stay on top of any communication you get from the SSA. So there you have it. The dream of retiring abroad is absolutely possible. You can take your Social Security money with you, but you pretty much have to leave your Medicare behind. And that leaves us with the final question. the one that only you can answer. Knowing this big trade-off, is the dream still worth it for you?